Appositives and essential versus non-essential. Appositives are a descriptive word or phrase that adds information to an already existing complete sentence. And so what that means is that taking out the appositive should not disrupt the sentence. Most common types of appositives are made by 2 commas, 2 dashes, or a set of parentheses. For example, in this sentence, according to Bell, the varsity goalie, the other team did not play well. In this sentence, the appositive is the varsity goalie. As you can see, it's surrounded by 2 commas. And if you take this part of the sentence out, you can say, according to Bell, the other team did not play well, which also works as its own sentence. And so the varsity goalie is just extra information. The term appositives is an umbrella term, and so it includes multiple things within it, such as modifiers, dependent clauses, prepositional phrases, and short independent clauses. As mentioned before, you can tell if a part of a sentence is an appositive if the added part can be cropped out while leaving an independent clause. It's important to identify the appositives in the sentence using that technique because not every 2 commas make an appositive. For example, the subject and the verb of a sentence cannot be an appositive. In the sentence, inspiring her team, Belle, the goalie, played hard through sun and rain, leading her to being voted captain. In the sentence, Belle is surrounded by 2 commas, and yet it's not an appositive, it's the subject. And played hard through sun and rain. Played, this part of the sentence is the verb, and yet it's surrounded by 2 commas, and it is not an appositive. The 2 appositives in the sentence is inspiring her team and leading to her being voted captain. And we know this because if we take out those 2 parts, the sentence will be, Belle played hard through sun and rain. And this is an independent clause because it has the subject and the verb. There are 2 forms of appositives. The first is non-essential, which includes 2 commas. The old man who was walking with a cane smiled at me. Who was walking with a cane is the appositive in this sentence, and because it is surrounded by 2 commas, it can be taken out and form the sentence, the old man smiled at me. The second form of appositives is essential, which does not have a comma. The old man who was walking with a cane smiled at me. The appositive will still be who is walking with the cane, as it is the additional information. But since there is no comma, it was not meant to be taken out. Ambiguous pronouns. Ambiguous pronouns have either too many targets or no possible target. So first, what are pronouns? Pronouns are a replacement for other nouns, for example, it, they, etc. It being singular and they being plural. So I have 2 example sentences. First, I wanted to watch the movie because it had an interesting plot. In this sentence, the pronoun it is representing the noun, which in this case is the movie. I like hanging out with my friends because they are funny. The pronoun they, which is plural, is representing the friends, which is the noun in this sentence. This versus that. The words this and that can be ambiguous if they are not followed by a noun specifying the intended meaning. Anna is very good at soccer, and this causes her to be overly confident. Anna lost her soccer game, and that is sad. The words this and that have no noun after it, and so it is unclear as to what they're representing. Anna is very good at soccer, and this skill causes her to be overly confident. Anna lost her soccer game, and that loss is sad. These 2 sentences are not ambiguous because there is a noun, skill, after this, and in the second sentence, loss is a noun after that. And so we know that the word this is representing Anna's skill, and the word that is representing the loss of her soccer game. And so the solution for ambiguity is just specifying indistinct pronouns. Pronouns like one, you, he/she, someone/somebody are often used to refer to an indistinct third person. These are not standard pronouns because they are not used to refer to a noun that's already appeared. Once you've used an indistinct pronoun, you have to keep it consistent. You are not able to mix and match. For example, when you commit to the soccer team, one must be prepared for long and frequent practices. In the beginning of the sentence, the indistinct pronoun used is you. And later on in the sentence, the indistinct pronoun used is one, which is incorrect. Because if you start off using you have to continue for the rest of the sentence. And so this should be you as well. When you commit to the soccer team, you must be prepared for long and frequent practices. A coach who coaches well will be loved by her players. This sentence is incorrect because the gender of the coach is not specified. And so the coach could be he or she. And so her is incorrect and should be his or her players. So the sentence should be, a coach who coaches well will be loved by his or her players. Another example of an ambiguous pronoun is, in the sentence, my friend yelled at me and it was unfair. The pronoun it is ambiguous because it has no clear target, and it is unclear as to what it, the pronoun, is representing. The correct way to write the sentence is, my friend yelled at me and his reasoning was unfair. It is necessary to specify what it is talking about, which in this case is the friend's reasoning.